We bought a caravan.
We don't think we're going to make it. So we've decided to come out for a little impromptu barbecue because the weather is outstanding.
So hi guys, it's been a while since our last upload. We've been super busy, had quite a few changes since our last little video, but we're down in Dorset at the moment. Where are we, babe?
Seadown Holiday Park.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous little site. But you can probably tell from our surroundings that we're not in a motorhome, we're actually in a caravan. We've recently sold our motorhome, that's just been sold at Motorhome Depot, and we've bought a caravan. So we'll give you a brief look round at the caravan, show you what we've got, and then we'll explain to you why we've made the change and why we feel as though it's going to suit us more, isn't it, for our travels and our lifestyle. And hopefully you can leave some comments in the little comments below. Just let us know whether you think we've made the right decision or not. But babe, do you want to show them round?
Yeah.
So it's an Acadia Coachman 575. Love the badge. The badge is really nice. Got 2 lockers, they're really useful. Just getting used to sort of filling the aqua roll up, and it's got the whale pump system. This is sort of the business side of the van. So you've got the Aldi wet central heating. That's nice, it gives a nice even distribution of heat through the van because of it being sort of radiator based. That's where the battery goes, and you control for the motor mover. You've got the electric hookup in there as well, and you've got your waste master that takes that. You've got your toilet cassette, and obviously your toilet fill-up point. I think it's quite a nice looking back end as well of the van. I love the way you've got all these different windows. And this is the awning that came with it. Look at that. Dometic Rally Air Pro 390S. And it was a doddle to put up. And it's lovely because you can unzip these windows, give you loads of airflow through your awning, and it's a nice way of keeping the dogs enclosed as well. I'll probably do a review on that though some other time, but I think we'll end up keeping that. And we've obviously towed that with our sort of crew cab Ford Active. So we've had a detachable tow bar fitted to the back. Yeah, so that's our new caravan.
So here's a really quick look round. So it's not really a review because this is our first trip, but we can say that so far we just love it, just instinctively we love it. So come through the front door and we've got this great kitchen area. I love that lovely proper deep sink in there. The normal oven, and it has the electric hob as well, which is nice. This is great work surface, but we have the telly on there. It is meant to be on there because you've got the telly point back there. I don't know whether we could stick it on the side and then we can use this for work surface as well. I'm not sure. But we've got a microwave, which is really luxurious. We've never had one of those. Plenty of storage, really. And it's like the normal sort of tramline seats at the front. This is super useful with the table that comes out. So that's where we don't put the big table up, we just have everything there really. And then, all right guys, we're ready for their walk. Under counter fridge. We always took too much. We like the big tall ones that we got in the moho, but we took too much anyway, so that's fine. So you've got some storage under the sink, which is really useful. I won't show you in every cupboard or anything, you don't need to see that, do you? But great size wardrobe here. The bed is awesome because it's only the narrow van. When it's pulled out, because it's in day mode at the moment, then it does come really right out. So really I tend to have to climb over Nathan to get to the loo, but that's fine. On the 8-foot wider you didn't have to do that, but it is totally fine. You've got all your lockers. You've got like a bit of a vanity area here. That's another wardrobe there, another cupboard below. And then here's the bathroom, which is great. It's so roomy. Nice to have a window, storage above the window, storage below the sink. Lovely big shower, although we don't use the shower, we just use it for a bit of storage. But that's really nice. So sometimes we keep things down there. It's got a hecky up here as well. We really like the bathroom, nice and spacious. So, and this is the view of the van from back here. So that's the van, the inside and the outside, and we really love it, don't we?
We do.
This is our first trip in it. And so obviously you've never done caravanning before, have we? So we're getting used to it, but already I think it's going to suit us, isn't it?
Well, there's definitely a lot more space inside. Obviously, because you haven't got a cab, you haven't got an engine section to the front of the van, so you're getting at least an extra 2 metres, which is kind of all this sitting living area, isn't it?
Oh, so yeah.
We've got the fixed bed, which we liked. We've got a bigger kitchen area, which makes it super easy
and really enjoyable to cook now.
To prep meals.
Our motorhome was a Continental, wasn't it? So it wasn't really designed for much kitchen use in the UK, was it?
I think it was definitely more suited, the motorhome that we had, which was a Burson 690G, to warmer weather, wasn't it?
Definitely, when you're doing all your cooking outside.
It would have been absolutely ideal if what we were doing was sort of abroad on the continent, touring around. You can't beat a motorhome for that. But because the majority of time that we're going to be away is going to be in the UK, we feel as though a caravan's going to suit us a lot better, aren't we?
Yeah.
So why have we changed then, babe? We had a motorhome, lovely motorhome, sold that, bought a caravan. Why have we done it?
Because I think the way we've holiday now is a little bit different. So the best beauty of the motorhome was, if we were going away for short breaks, just 3 or 4 days, I think it is easier to move on in a motorhome. So what we'd do is we'd pull up to site, that was your one vehicle, we wouldn't then move it from site, and we would walk in every direction to see everything, wouldn't we? And then once we'd sort of exhausted that, we'd then 3 or 4 days later move on to the next one, walk to everything we could. So we had to keep moving, because you haven't got a vehicle, and once you've exhausted what you can get
there's
to
a limit to
distance.
how far you can walk from one spot, isn't there? Especially with dogs with short legs. We were using public transportation, so we were sort of jumping on the buses. We'd walk 3, 4, 5 miles in one direction, then get the bus back. But you weren't finding it particularly restful, were you?
It meant you were on the move a lot, and we did like that, didn't we? But I think we're looking for a slightly more relaxing holiday now, because life's very busy, where we can just get away, rest up, and then get back to what we need to crack on with. So we're hoping that the caravan might be a bit more restful, because you can pull up and maybe stay here for a week because you've got your vehicle. So you can be in one location, do all your walking, but you've got your vehicle to go any further afield if you want to go and see other stuff. But you're not then moving every 3 or 4 days. You've got you set up maybe for a week or so.
And if we want to shoot out in the evenings, before we're able to get either taxis or the bus services usually stop sort of 7 or 8 o'clock, so you've got to be back by then. We couldn't go out for an evening meal if we wanted to, could we? Without either walking or getting taxis.
Yeah.
But now Beck can put high heels on, makeup, jump in the van, and off we go to restaurants. And we don't have to. They don't have to be in close proximity to the campsite either, do they?
No, they don't have to be in walking distance.
So that's a plus.
Yes, that was really nice.
And also, it's cheaper.
Yes, that was a big factor actually. The motorhome was an expensive vehicle, and we couldn't get away in it as much as warranted that expense, really.
Not to justify the cost.
No, and the depreciation on the motorhome is frightening.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Makes you feel sick when you actually calculate it.
So we thought, well, we'll try a caravan, and we knew we didn't want new, did we? So this one is 3 years old, so a bulk of the depreciation has already happened. It was a real bargain, wasn't it?
It really was.
This particular one came with everything. It came with an awning, it came with the carpet for the awning, it came with, what did it come with? The nose weight, the aqua roll, the waste master.
Loads of stuff.
Everything you could possibly need to
all
just
the security bits and pieces for the hitches and the wheels, everything.
Yeah, I mean, all that adds up, doesn't it? But we haven't had spend any of extra. It's just come in the price of this van, which was a real bargain. So we're really pleased with it.
We actually went to Spinney's in
Stoke.
Had a look around some of their vans, and we asked for transverse bed layout. So they gave us a number of different sets of keys. I'd always liked the Coachmans, but they gave us a set of keys that was to a Bailey, didn't they?
Yes.
A Bailey
Brasini, is it?
Grand SE Brasini.
Yeah.
So we had a look at that, and you loved the layout, didn't you?
That was lovely. It was an 8-foot wide van. It had barn doors. It had a nice big G-shape lounge, lovely kitchen area. Yeah, really like that one.
So we managed to find one actually on Auto Trade that was considerably less expensive than the ones that we were looking at
because it was a private sale
in dealerships. And this guy was picking up a new Caravan on the bank holiday Monday. So he got it advertised. He knocked it down, I think, twice up to this point because he needed to have it off his drive by that bank holiday. So we went to have a look at it a few days before that. You fell in love with that particular layout. It was immaculate. He'd really kept it well. So we got up on the bank holiday morning to go and collect it, didn't we, at 4 o'clock in the morning. Then I looked at my phone and the guy had sent a message to say I found a load of water coming in over that weekend. So that really put us off, didn't it?
Yeah, I think they'd been away in it that weekend and they'd found this leak. And it's always a concern, damp, isn't it, with caravans? Or it is in my mind. I don't know whether I worry about that too much with not having had one before. But as soon as he said that, and he was very good, he was like, I understand if you don't want to, he thought warranty would cover it, but you never quite know. It only had I think a couple of months left on warranty. He said, I understand if you don't want to go ahead. And he was actually, if we didn't go to get it, the next day he was going to part-ex it for this new van. So we said, I think we better, how can we buy a van that we know has a leak at the moment?
Yeah, so that one was out of the question. But the funny thing was, and it's kind of a funny story as to how it worked out, I'd always liked Coachmans. I just liked the way they look. I liked the build quality of them, heard lots of good reports. And I'd always liked the 575 layout. So that was always the top of my list, even before buying a motorhome.
And I didn't realise actually that you really did want a 575, but Nathan knew how much I liked this one, and so you were the Brasini. So you were just kind of going along with it for me, really, which I didn't realise at the time.
So when we got this text off this guy, I had actually found this particular van a few days previous on Auto Trader, and I said to Beck, I'm going to have to stop looking because I'm starting to feel ill. You know, we'd already put a deposit down on the Brasini, and obviously you don't want to back out and let people down, so we were going to go ahead and buy that. So when this happened, I started then looking. This van was still advertised for sale, so I contacted the guy on the bank holiday.
4 o'clock in the morning, as soon as we got the text.
No, I think I waited until about 5.
Oh, did you?
No, I sent him a message saying, could we come and have a look at it that same day?
He was only an hour away, so.
So he got in touch at about 9 o'clock and said, yes, we can be available at 11 o'clock. So we jumped in the van, didn't we? Headed down there.
Didn't expect to be buying this at all, did we?
But we looked around it, and there's not a mark on the thing, is there?
It's only had about 10 uses in its life. It's about 3 years old, just less than 3 years old.
And the price was so good because it was a private sale, and we felt as though it was undervalued really on Auto Trader, but that was the money you wanted for it.
And he kept saying, oh yeah, and this is included and that's included and there's this awning and there's that. And
yeah.
It just was really a good bargain, wasn't it?
So we thought we don't want to rush into it. So we went away to a little caravan place just 10 minutes up the road, didn't we? Had a look around a few other Coachman 575s and a few Baileys and thought, yes, that's the one for us.
Yeah.
So we went back to him, put a deposit down.
But,
We'd driven up to Cannock in a vehicle that hadn't got a tow bar on, so we said what we'll do is we'll nip back home, pick up one with a tow bar on it, and we were back that same day collecting it, paid for, and we came home with this, didn't we?
So it was a big day, wasn't it? We
Yeah.
woke up at like 4 and we were planning on going to get a Brasini, and then we ended up going to Cannock, coming back, going to Cannock, coming back, and we ended up with a Coachman.
Yeah, so that's how we got it.
Yeah.
But I would be really interested, guys, in your take on this. You know, we've come from a motorhome now to a caravan. Do you think we've made the right decision? Do you think we're going to enjoy it? Because we have been watching somebody that had a caravan, sold that, bought a motorhome, and then sold the motorhome, went back to a caravan.
Yes.
Quite a lot of reasons why they did it.
Yeah.
It's certainly been an exciting time for us buying the caravan. First trip away.
Yeah.
We've absolutely loved it. This is one of our favourite campsites.
So here we are, Seadown Holiday Park. It's in Charmouth. Gets its name from the River Char. And this is a really, really nice location for a site. So there's a great little shop on site with a few essentials. There are also certain nights of the evening where a fish and chip shop come to site. That one's here today on Tuesday. There's also a pizza night on a Wednesday. I think there is a curry night as well. So that's a useful little place, and they're very helpful in there. So here's the toilet block. You've got the gents here. Information centre with a picture of a cat that says "Don't feed me, I do have a home." Vegetable washing area. Never actually used that. Ladies' toilets. So there are 3 shower cubicles. 1, 2, 3. And they are a great size. Look at this, such a good size, and my favourite thing is you can control the temperature so you're not scalded or frozen, usually scalded in my case. And can you see how absolutely immaculate it is? Every time I've come in here, it's immaculate, which I absolutely love. Chemical toilet disposal and the washing up facilities. And I've been here, this is April, and I've been in here probably twice a day since we've been, and I'm generally in here on my own, and it is beautifully clean. Yeah, so this is a lovely site, and wherever you pitch, I think you're going to be really happy with it. This is due south toward the beach, and toward the views is due south. So long as you can get a pitch where your habitation door faces due south, you're going to get the sun all day. It's going to be great. We once pitched on this side, the very first set of grass pitches you come to, and we noticed that we lost the sun slightly earlier than the adjacent lots, just because the sun sets over to the right there, to the west. So if you want the most of the sun, you probably want from this stretch onward, just making sure that your habitation door faces south. 2 little faces waiting for me. Just wait a bit longer, I'll be back in a minute. So it's like 5 o'clock in the evening now. All these vans have the habitation door on the passenger side, like our caravan, and you can see they're still in full sun. We're in April, 5 p.m, and these are great spots to get the sun all day. So this is one of the highlights of this site, is the proximity to the sea. Can you see the sea down there? You see a little bridge? Very nice. Now you've got all this green, but dogs have to stay on leads on this green, and then when you get down there to the bridge you can let them off there. These are awesome grass pitches. I think we had this one, number 14, late last year, and it was late in the season, so it was very boggy, very wet. If it hadn't have been though, it would have been the perfect spot. And this, which is pitch 41, this hard standing, this is what we think would be our favourite hard standing pitch on this site, because if you're early enough in the season that the grass isn't being used and you don't have tents out and your habitation door is on the standard caravan side, then you've got views right out there over the green. You've got picnic tables over here, tennis or badminton, ping pong. Really nice space for a summer evening.
So we've decided to take a little stroll, haven't we, babe?
Yeah.
So we come out of the campsite, down to the little bridge here, and then we're going to go up
Okay.
over this hill down into the next valley, and then up to Golden Cap. So I think it's about an hour and a half's walk. We're all set. We've got drinks. We've got sandwiches.
Dog drinks. It's like two.
It's got 2 sets of dog drinks.
It's the dog stuff that weighs you down. Come on, guys.
Let's go for it, babe. Altitude is making it very difficult to breathe. We must be at least 300 metres above sea level. We were talking to a guy on the campsite yesterday who was doing Golden Cap, and he was in the army. Ever such a pleasant guy, but the amount of gear that he took for this walk, his wife said that he likes to take everything that he may need, even though he may not use it, rather than needing it and then not having it. So he got binoculars, bivvy bag, all sorts. She said there was kids doing it in flip-flops. But seriously though, if you are going to do this walk, it's quite up and down. These are the steps that we're coming down from now, and just sort of looking back down, you can see how steep it is. So, you know, if you're not too good on your feet, it's probably not the type of walk best suited to you. But if you're up for a nice bit of up and down, zigging and zagging, beautiful views, this is definitely one you want to add to your list. So we're going to walk up that little path all the way to the top of Golden Cap. Hopefully get a bit of drone footage there at the top. I'm sure it's quite windy today. I'm sure the little drone will manage just for 10 or 15 seconds at least. We don't think we're going to make it. It's supposed to be amazing weather, but this is for gale force winds, isn't it? Well, we've come from Charmouth there, over that hill, sort of zigzagged here and down there and up here. I think you could have just walked from Charmouth all the way along the beach and then maybe come up here somewhere. Well, it's pretty good, don't it?
Oh, yeah.
Why did we do it? Nearly there, babe? Better get a move on, get down into Seadown in the pub. So, weather has come in, hasn't it, babe?
Yes, it's very cold now.
Seadown, 1 mile that way.
Come on.
No, it's cold on your face, isn't it?
Yeah, and the rain stings your face, yeah. It's a bit muddy and mucky, isn't it?
Do with wellies.
Yes. The sun's come out though, it's such changeable weather.
Alright, we're going to get through this. Just be careful, babe, this is proper slippy. Well, oh my goodness, she's getting caked in it. Put your foot in there where mine was. Use your hand.
Thank you. Oh, whoa!
Babe, the walk wasn't that bad. We've arrived at Seadown. We popped into the Anchor pub and had a pint and a hot chocolate, so you should be happy. Smile.
No, I haven't. Oh, thank you. Oh, it's nice out here now.
Well, that was very pleasant, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a nice pub to end up with, nice hot chocolate to finish the walk with.
Yeah. So now we've got to walk up the road.
It's about a 20-minute walk up to the bus, I think, isn't it?
And
then
jump
we'll get
on the bus.
Bus home, yeah.
How long did that walk take us then?
3 hours exactly.
But we did stop a lot.
Not for long though, did we? Just
We did.
But we met. I met a couple that said they walked to Golden Cap and back in 2.5 hours. It took
Rubbish.
us
Rubbish. So we've decided to come out for a little impromptu barbecue because the weather is outstanding. It's 17 degrees, there is a bit of a north wind coming through, but you can't beat this, can you? Just look at that. A few things to go in the barbecue. What have we got? A little disposable barbecue, onions, marinated Chinese style pork, burgers, sausages, salt and pepper chicken. Oh yes! Wouldn't it? All adds to the flavour.
So that's a little bit about why we swapped vans, and you've had a little look around. We're not reviewing it yet because we've only just had it, so we couldn't really do a good review on how everything works, but first impressions I think are we really like it.
Yeah, so if you've enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Bye.